Hello, welcome to the Dayton Memorial Library video on nursing research, searching in EBSCO. When you're starting your searching, first you're going to come up with a research question related to your topic. So let's look at this research question. How does a nurse manager's leadership style impact staff retention? So how would one go about looking for this information? Please refer to the search strategy video for detailed information on developing an actual search strategy. We will cover some of those points next, though. So one of the first things you want to do is consider what terms or concepts you're going to take from that research question and put into the database. And then you're going to want to make a list of synonyms for each of those concepts. So first off, I pulled out the term leadership and staff retention from the question. There are other parts of the question, like nurse manager, but we don't have to look at those right away. So from here you can see I came up with some synonyms for leadership, like management or guidance, and for staff retention, perhaps personnel retention or staff shortage. And then I linked them with our Boolean operators and an OR. And you can see those in the previous search strategy video. So OR just means either this term or that term and broadens that pool of results, whereas AND links the two concepts together so that both terms need to show up in your results. So now in developing the search, you can see on this page, I also added a term for nursing because that is part of the original question. It is in the sphere of nursing topics. I don't necessarily have to put nurse manager because I am talking about leadership and management in the second line of terminology, and it would be a little more redundant to do that. And then I can add the staff retention terminology to the database search. So just like what you see here, this is pretty close to what I would enter in the database itself. So once I have my term and my topic all put together, I have to think about what database I would look in. So Regis Library has many types of databases. The EBSCO databases happen to be one of our larger database suites and probably the most well-used databases we have here in the library. CINAHL, which is the Cumulative Index to Nursing and Allied Health, is an EBSCO database, as is Medline, which is a biomedical database, Academic Search Premier, which is a broad database that covers many topics, and Business Source Complete. So because our topic deals with nursing, management or leadership, and staff retention, I could potentially find articles in any one of these four databases. For the purpose of the example, we'll probably stick with CINAHL, but I am going to show you how to add all of the databases together so that you can search all of them at once. Now, how do you access the databases? There's a variety of ways you can access the databases through the library website. There's the main library page and the A to Z list. I'm a little biased in that I like to go through the nursing research guide and access the databases that way because those are all the databases that are linked to nursing. So we will start with that. So now I'm on the nursing research guide. And if you looked at the nursing orientation video where I went through the guide and showed you some of the features, you might remember that we can get the databases in a couple places, either on the front of the page where I put some of the most popular databases or through the articles tab here. So because I want to look at CINAHL and some of the other EBSCO databases, I'll just start by clicking the CINAHL link. So you can see here we're on the CINAHL page for EBSCO. There's many different places where I can click different parameters to set my search. I can enter my search terms in these boxes right here. Now, if I do want to search more than one database at a time, like Academic Search Premier or Medline or Business Source Complete, the way I do that is to click the Choose Databases link right up at the top here. And then I can click the boxes where those databases reside to add them to my search. And then click OK. Then if you click Show All at the top, you can see that all of the databases are available there. So I went back to just searching CINAHL Complete, and I entered my search terms on each line just like I had them on the previous slide. If you haven't looked at the search strategy video, you'll see that I have asterisks after some of the terms in the middle line and quotes on some of the terms in the third line. That is because I'm using truncation in the middle line, which allows you to maximize your search power by putting an asterisk at the root of the word so that the database searches all the variations of that word, like leader, leaders, leadership, for example. The phrase searching limits your search so that the words in this phrase in quotes has to be found in that order. I can also do things from the first page, such as add in the necessary 5-year timeline that we mostly use in nursing. We also know that most assignments require peer review literature, so I am also checking the peer review box. By and large, most people's first language here at Regis is English, so you can limit to English right here in this little checkbox. And then you can go about adding other things as well, or you can add that after you've done the initial search. So after adding those things, I'm going to click the search button right here. And you can see from my search, I have about 457 results. And this is far too many results for us to go through. We don't want to have that many. So there's some things you can do. You can look at the far left and see these other options to narrow your search further. A good one to use sometimes is the subject heading or thesaurus link here, which gives you more keywords and subject headings to limit to. So by clicking Show More, you can look at the whole list, and maybe you're going to click a few of these because they match your search. Just do a few to kind of show you. You can update your search from there, and then you have a little bit less. Then what I typically tell students to do is look at that first page of results. Typically it's 20 results unless you've set it up differently. But you can go through and see if you're in the right ballpark for your topic. If you see an article you like, you can click on the title, and several things come up. You can get the full text, or in this case, this is one of the articles we don't have a subscription to. So you can click on Request through Interlibrary Loan, fill out a form, and our people at the library will get this article for you. If you're interested in the citation for this article for your paper that you might be writing, on the right side over here is a little Cite button, and this gives you the citation in the 7th edition of APA. And you can copy and paste this into your paper. Just always be sure to check this against a resource for APA. And there's other things available to you as far as saving, emailing the results, and stuff of that nature. Full text articles are pretty much the prevalent type of article you'll find, and you'll either find a full text finder link under the abstract, or you'll see a PDF link to get at your article. And in the end, once you have all of your articles pulled together that you're interested in, you want to take a little time to evaluate them and make sure that they are something you do want to put in your work. Looking at the authority of who wrote it, the credentials of the author, the source, for example, where it came from, currency, how current it is, how current the references are, the types of research the author cited, and any bias that might come up in the writing. So give some time to do that as well as doing your search. And if you need any help, please contact the library. The phone numbers for the main desk and the librarians and the email are listed on the slide, as well as the Nursing Research Guide URL. Thank you for your time.